Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome to my business educational platform. Remember in last lecture we were discussing about the risk and return, in which we discussed the standalone risk and standalone expected rate of return. Then we discussed the standalone risk and then we discussed the coefficient of variance. In today's lecture we will cover what are the attitudes of risk, what attitudes risk holder face, and how to calculate the risk of a portfolio. So certainly it is very much clear, higher the risk, higher the return. If there will be higher the risk, certainly we will get higher the returns. So certainty equivalent is the amount of cash someone would require with certainty at points. So this is the amount that will be certain. Suppose you are investing in a firm about 7 trillion and you are supposed to get the 9 trillion, and you are certain that I will get 9 trillion, then this is amount will be the certainty equivalent. If you will get the 7.5, then this amount is not the certainty equivalent. And time to make the individual indifferent between that certain amount and an amount expected to be received with risk at the same time point in time. So I hope you understood the idea behind the certainty equivalent. Now we are moving forward. What are the risk attitudes that risk holders face? If the certainty equivalent is greater than the expected value, then this investor is likely a risk preference holder. So he prefers the risk as his amount expected value certain is less than certainty equivalent, or certainty equivalent is greater than the expected value. So certainly he is risk preference holder. So if certainty equivalent equal to expected value, then it is known as the risk indifference. So here we are risk indifferent, neither we risk prefer risk, neither we avoid from the risk. We are along with the risk, or we are risk indifference. We don't differentiate the risk. So if certainty equivalent is less than expected value, then certainly we will be risk aversion, or we will avoid the risk. So the investor whose certainty equivalent is less than expected value, so it is the risk aversion or risk aversion holder. So he do not prefer risk. So it is rightly said that higher the risk, if there will be the higher the risk, certainly there will be higher the return. So now we are moving forward to one of essential topic of portfolio risk. So what is the portfolio? Portfolio is like, do not put all your eggs in one basket. If you will put all your eggs into one basket, if one will be broken, certainly all will be damaged. So that's why same concept is applied in the stocks as well. Do not put all of your investment into the single stock. You have to diversify your portfolio. Portfolio is group of 2 or more stocks that a person holds. So now we are moving forward how to calculate expected return on a portfolio. RP represents the expected return on portfolio, whereas W1 represents the weight of number 1 stock. Suppose you have n stock, you will assign the weightage as per the investment. And R1 represents the actual return that the investor will get. So R cap P represents the expected rate of return. Suppose you have 4 stocks in hands, so we will use weight as per given criteria of 4. If we have 5 stocks, we will divide 100% into 5 sections. So I hope you understood the idea behind expected return on a portfolio. How to calculate the risk of the portfolio? It is as simple as it sounds. What we will do, we will find out this risk of single stock and we will multiply with the square of expected rate of return. Then we will get what the expected portfolio's risk, and we will find out the square root of that, then that will be known as the risk of a portfolio. And also we will multiply another one that is known as the correlation factor. So what is it? A standardized statistical measure of the linear relationship between two variables. So correlation coefficient shows their linear relationship between the variables. So I hope you understood the idea behind the correlation coefficient. It is also known as the tendency of two variables to move together is called correlation and is represented by Greek letter P or the rho. It is known as rho. So the correlation coefficient is in between the value of 1. It cannot exceed the value from the positive 1. So we will always find out the correlation coefficient in between the 1. So I hope you understood the idea behind the risk attitudes and the risk attitudes that an individual faces. That like we have the risk preference holders that prefer the risk, they some risk equivalent they do not prefer risk, neither they avoid from the risk. And then we have the risk aversions, who those who avoid from the risk. So we also understood how to calculate expected rate of return of the portfolio and standard expected risk of portfolio using simplest formulas. So till now, Allah Hafiz, see you in next lecture. Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon button so that you can never miss any update from my channel.